All right, so at this point, we're going to solve for x. And one more time, if you're having a hard time solving for x, come to tutoring Thursday, AM or PM, or you can come to both. All right, so we find that x is equal to 7. Now what? Put your phones away, please. Put it in your bag, please. Phones and bag, phones and bag.
Can you plug in the x?
Yes. Where do you want to plug it in?
3x.
Perfect. Could we have plugged it in on 11x minus 49? Yes. But the smaller numbers will work. So we got 3 times 7 plus 7. So this is 28 degrees. And if you plugged it in here, you would also get 28 degrees. All right, now what do we do? Perfect. Regina says we're going to add 28 and 28. That gives us 56. So that's making up these two angles. And then we're going to subtract it from 180. And why 180 again? Right, because a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. We subtract those 56 and we get 124. Is that my math right? All right, thank you. So y is 124. Any questions? Okay, let's look at this next one. Go ahead and copy it down. So it's asking us to find the measure of angle ACB. So ACB. So we need this angle. I'm going to label it with X. Now, how many triangles do you guys all see? 2, 3. I see 3 also. Let's go ahead. Do you see it? All right. So this is one triangle. This is the other. That's triangle number 2. And then triangle number 3 is the one that is both of them put together. All right. So we know this is going to be X. So the best thing to do when you have so many triangles put together, we want our brains to work less hard than they have to. So I'm going to pick out the triangle that has information that we do know. What kind of triangle do you see in there? An isosceles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw it as big or as small as you want with the information that's given. So if we were to just focus on this triangle, we know it's isosceles. And if these two are congruent, then that means these two are congruent. So what does it mean about this angle right here? It's 45. So I'm going to go to my bigger picture, and I'm going to label this as 45 degrees. Now let's look at the relationship that these two angles have. We're going to ignore everything but this spot right here. What do you notice about 45 and that angle that we want? What do they both create? They create a line. And what is a line always equal to? What degree measure? Exactly, 180 degrees. So if I were to start at this side and I went all the way across, that total would be 180 degrees. But we don't want the degree measure of the line. We want the degree measure of just this section right here. So what can we do to find out what that angle measure is? Perfect. We get 180, subtract 45 degrees, and what do we end up with? 135. So this angle here is 135 degrees. And that's the measure that we wanted. So measure of angle ACB is equal to 135 degrees. Any questions? All right, so on your assignment, if there's more than one triangle, I strongly encourage you guys to redraw those pictures on the side so it doesn't become so overwhelming. And then one more thing, let's review what this means. Whenever we see this, what does that mean? It's a right angle, which is how many degrees? 90 degrees. So use that to help you answer the question. So if you go to Google Classroom,